What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. We need to talk again about migrants, immigrants, illegal immigrants, any immigrants that are breaking the law. I've done many videos on this subject. In fact, one of our most recent was talking about how this is an invasion. It's not even immigration. It's not people coming here for a better life. And while some people come around saying, this is about racism, you're not tolerant, you're not anything, I'm sorry, I've got what's now being referred to as Indian fatigue. We've had the doors open for too long. America experienced this problem. We're now seeing it in Canada. Things are about to get hostile. And they already have, in fact. When we've seen the behavior at open prayers in the streets, when we see the protests that are not being stopped, the problem is whether or not the government is using this as a distraction for us to keep our eyes on something other than the BS that they're doing these days. It's now evolved into a bigger problem. We have this tweet coming out from the pleb. It says, Indian newcomer records himself breaking the law to show off to his Instagram followers. This man was dumb enough to record himself shooting assault rifles, which are illegal in this country, by the way, in a Canadian park. So my biggest question, how did he get those into the country? It says here, should he be deported for this? Now, I don't know about you, but this gun does not look like, and I'm saying illegal, I don't think that this gun fits any kind of Canadian allotment for firearms in this country. Take a look at what's going on here. Well, let's get rid of that. We don't need that noise, but here we go. Him shooting his gun off on this bridge out at the water just to show how tough he is and about what he's bringing to Canada's borders. This is what's living in our country right now. These are the people that were chanting to burn our Canadian flag, by the way. You have K-stands setting up, what is it, embassies in places like Surrey, BC, or Delta, somewhere in there in the Richmond area. But what you see here, too, is this isn't any new. Keep your eyes on this bridge, folks. This isn't anything new. Mario Zelaya pointed this out a few days ago. Muskoka, Ontario is in danger. There's no respect for the rule of law. They leave their shells, their garbage. They discharge their firearms into the air. They do not care. This is not normal. Take a look at this. Now you're going to say, hey, Fringe, this isn't the same place. Well, keep your eyes here. This is a different group of people in Muskoka. But I'm going to pause as Mario tells you what's going on. We'll take a listen to what he has to say. But I'll cut in a few seconds. Let's just take a look here. Now, right there, there's the same bridge from the previous video. So this is a group of people going here on the regular to partake in these activities. We'll get past all the noise that they play in those videos, and we'll take it over to Mario and what he has to say. But this is the problem in this country that I constantly ask is, why aren't the RCMP out there arresting these guys? They clearly have their faces on camera. They should be able to find them. Why are they not having these firearms taken away from them, which are illegal? Why are they not being deported? Why are they allowed to stay in our country? Yet a man in Ontario, a single father, is being jailed and charged for defending his home for somebody breaking in through his daughter's window. I mean, this is... I've woken up in some kind of alternate reality. I think we're all in some kind of nightmare where this is going on. Let's listen to what Mario has to say.
Getting more and more videos of these guys. And it seems to be the same crew that keeps going to the exact same bridge in Muskoka and aimlessly firing their firearms. And honestly, I question the legality of some of those firearms. I truly believe one or two are semi-autos, which are no longer allowed. Regardless, this is unsafe shooting that is happening. And some of the reports that I'm getting from other individuals that go to PAL courses and some of the questions that are being asked by certain individuals, it's deeply concerning. Things like, can my friend borrow a firearm? If a firearm is used for illegal activity, can that firearm be traced back to me as the owner? Why on earth would anyone want to ask those questions? I truly believe that instructors have a duty to flag individuals like that are asking these questions to the RCMP. In addition, if you yourself witness anything like this, call the RCMP. There's something called the CFO, a Chief Firearms Officer. Send them the video, show them where you are, tell them where you are, and have them show up. If those people have their license, that license will be completely removed. They will no longer be allowed to own a firearm. If they don't have a license, then they go to jail. But this type of behavior is not normal. It's not acceptable, and it's not of Canadian values.
So Mario has a very good point. Everyone watching this video, I would encourage, forward this to the Chief Firearms Officer in Muskoka. Ask them, if you're in Ontario or even if you're abroad in Canada, while forwarding this to them, ask them why nothing has been done about this. Because again, this isn't just one little video that was caught or one instance where people are saying, hey, these guys were just out in the... Mario has said he's getting a number of videos of this in the same location in this park in Muskoka where these guys are firing off. It's illegal. Yet the government wants to take our firearms away from farmers, from those who use them responsibly. These guys get to keep them in the country. We're in serious trouble, folks. What's funny is the pleb even asks or points out here that Pierre Poilievre called for the immediate deportation of any newcomer who breaks the law. So get these guys on a plane, and as Donald Trump says, get them out of here. Get them out. Send them out of the country. You don't want them here. These are not people who appreciate Canadian values. These are not people who are here for a better life. These are not here. They're not here to better themselves. They're here to turn Canada into the third world shithole that they came from. They're here to spread hate. They're here to spread death and destruction. Let's listen to what Pierre has to say just to make it official.
Judges gave less punishment because of criminals' immigration status. If you are on a work permit, less punishment. Visitor to this country, less punishment. If you are a student visa, less punishment. When our premier or leaders don't have a trust on judiciary, so how can a common man can trust a judicial process?
Well, look, I share some of the frustration, but let's be clear. The judges are interpreting liberal laws. It's liberal laws, C-75, that allows criminals who've committed 150 or 200 offenses to be released within minutes of their latest arrest. That is a liberal law. So when a judge gives bail, they're just following the liberal law. It is a liberal law, C-5, that allows serious violent offenders to have house arrest or to get early parole. It is a liberal law that allowed Paul Bernardo to go from a maximum security penitentiary to a medium penitentiary where he'll be able to play sports and cook for himself and enjoy the freedoms he robbed from other people. Those are liberal laws. So let's, sure, we can blame others, but the blame is with the Liberals. And by the way, Mark Carney has done nothing to reverse the laws brought in while he was the economic advisor to the Liberals. So let's put the blame where it belongs. As for this ridiculous ruling that suggested that someone should have a lower conviction or sentence because they were a temporary resident in our country from another nation, that is outrageous. It is ridiculous that in our liberal justice system, someone gets a lower conviction simply because they came from another country. And that is why Michelle Rempel, conservative immigration critic, is introducing a law that will ban judges from giving sentencing discounts to people on the basis of their immigration status. Frankly, anyone who is visiting our country from abroad and applying for immigration who commits a crime should be deported from our country.
So Pierre breaks it down very well there. If you're not here for the right reasons, get the hell out. You're gone. You break the rules, you're gone. I think that they should actually change the rules, that they have the right to revoke Canadian citizenship if you've come here from abroad and within so many years you're caught guilty of doing things like shooting off firearms in a public park illegally. You're bringing a level of terrorism to this country. You're bringing questionable behavior into this country. You're not adopting Canadian values. Clearly, You're not fit for this. It's no different than an employee at a job who doesn't find the right fit for that position, or a company that says, hey, this isn't working out, we're going to have to let you go. It's the same thing in our country. If you can't align with Canadian values, if you want to come here and bring aggression, if you want to come here and bring your threats, if you want to turn this country into the shithole you left, get on a plane and get the hell out of here. We don't want you here. We don't need you here. This country is better off without you. And that's where I'm going to leave it, folks. Let me know what you think down below. Do you plan to forward this video off to MPs, to MPPs, to Doug Ford's office, to the chief firearm officer, to let them know that something's got to be done in Muskoka, that they got to go and throw these guys in the back of a van and get them out of this country? Let me know your thoughts down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video's earned your subscription. Make sure as you hit that button, you leave a thumbs up and a comment down below, even if you already are subscribed. It helps push this video out past YouTube censors. As soon as we mention firearms, as soon as we mention immigrants or deportees, they immediately censor the video. Your thumbs up and especially your comment help push it out past those YouTube censors and onto the eyes of those who need to see it. Make sure you share it out on your socials. Again, tag those responsible. Ask them what they're going to do about this in order to have it done. I can assure you, I will be forwarding this video off to Pierre's people. I will be forwarding this video to Doug Ford's office. I will be forwarding this video to anybody I can find an email for, asking them for some form of a response as to why they're letting this country get so much out of control. They're doing nothing about it. Join me live on the channel every Wednesday and Friday for Unhinged Fringe on Wednesdays, Friday Night Fringe on Fridays, as we talk about everything that's happening this week in politics with a plethora of new co-hosts, including being joined by the beautiful Mrs. Fringe on Friday nights. We talk about everything that's happened this week. We most importantly look forward to hearing what you have to say inside of those live streams. I look forward to hearing what you have to say this week, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, every Wednesday and Friday here on the channel. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.